Kasi hindi lang naman yung moves mo tsaka mga songs mo yung iconic. Para sa akin, yung fashion mo, iconic din. How hands-on are you in picking your clothes or ka-collaborate na designer? Gaano ka ka-particular?
Very, very hands-on when it comes to. Now, remember, when I collaborate with a designer for stage, I'm only on stage for an hour and a half or to 2 hours. So I'm more hands-on pagdating sa mga ganito na I just like to wear what I wear. And what's funny is that yung binanggit mo tungkol sa fashion, meron din nagsabi sa akin noon, but it was somebody from a corporate show that I did. Nagsa-sound check ako. And I just wore what I like to wear. Lumapit sa akin, sir, talagang grabe yung mga sulusot mo, talagang ano.
Kasi kahit pang araw-araw mo, ibang dating.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm not driven by brands. I'm just driven by looks. If it looks good and I feel good in it, game. Kasi may mga ibang brands na pagsuot ko naman, parang I don't feel comfortable in it, or I feel na if I wear it once, forever, hindi ko na pwedeng suotin ulit. But yeah, I'm very hands-on, especially pagdating sa mga shows, because I believe in feeling more comfortable than looking good. Like for example, if I wear gray on stage, great color to wear kasi the lights and all, but gray usually pag pinawisan ka, lusot. So it becomes a distraction more than an attraction, di ba? So I usually wear dark colors, maybe with accent of here, accent of that. But I like wearing outfits na pag gumalaw ako, gumagalaw din yung damit ko. So that anything you do, may nangyayari palagi.
Sir Gary, working with Paolo Valenciano, what's that like?
Who's Paolo Valenciano? No, it's amazing because.
Ano yung first concert yung napansin?
No, this is not. This is about the third concert. Most of the other concerts have been smaller, and some have been like, for example, we did a countdown, a New Year's countdown a few years ago in BGC. Great, I had a wonderful time. Siya yung nag-direct. Itong back at the museum, my recently concluded series of shows sa Music Museum, siya rin nag-direct. Yan, grabe talaga. That for me was, when I saw it happen, I was like, wow, he's only getting better. And the advantage is, hindi lang dahil anak ko siya, okay? But it's his musical eh. Remember, he was part of a band called Salamin before. And then he even became a part-time lead of River Maya when they were looking for singers. No? So to work with a director who sees things and hears things the way I do, that's exactly what every artist I think needs. Na nakakasalo sa mga ideas na gusto mo. And then, he's courageous. He's not scared to tell me, Dad, that's not gonna work. Dad, maybe you can lessen this. Dad, don't talk too much here. Kasi, Dad, and at the same time, Dad, oh my God, what you said and what you did, Dad, I got emotional there. Thanks. I like working with people like that. If you have all of these attributes as part of who you are, that makes working with me very, how would you say, very creative, very productive.
So ito is your last solo concert. So can you explain? Kasi parang marami yata nagpo-protest why last.
Yeah. No, and we, I met with my team like this, and all of them were saying, many of them, not all, many of them were saying, you cannot call it one last night. And I also look at them and I say, I told them, I'm also human, and I'm 59. The next time I do a concert, kunyari hindi ganyan ang title but the next time I do a concert at the Coliseum, any Coliseum, whether Arena, Philippine Arena, MOA, or Araneta, it will probably be in 2 years' time. I'll be 62 by then. And I don't want people to put their hands together watching me and going, magaling pero medyo mahina na siya, no? Medyo mahina na siya. Ang galing. Ayaw mo umabot ng galing. And my body is feeling that. especially in big stages. Kasi iba yung dynamic eh. You know, I can do this when I'm in the music museum or in a school thing or in a auditorium or a theater of 2,000 people. But when you're 10,000 people, you have to do this. And it's not as easy. It has nothing to do with my health. My health isn't good. I'm really good. It's just knowing when it's time to move on. So I'm not retiring. I'm going to be doing concerts. If, let's say, Manila Bulletin or Philippine Star or whatever, they invite me to perform, tara! All out, tara! Let's go! ABS, GMA, they invite me. Since we're, you know, I mentioned this to people, they took us out from the air. But now we're appearing everywhere. Diba? You wanna invite me? Game! Let's go! But when it's in a big venue, only people who perform in big venues will understand what it takes to do something like that. So I called it one last time because I really want this to be the last big solo, hataw na, all out, oh watch Gary, he's gonna go pure energy again. It has to end here.
Pero ang galing no na you have that. Kasi I guess not all artists are
Yeah.
open for that na ano na, okay na ako dito. Or,
Yeah. Because there's still many things I want to do. So this is just a part of it. And the other things I do, I mean, it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. And there is a vision. And now, I don't want to get spiritual here, but in 2008, okay, now this is all the way back, I experienced literally a vision. I was wide awake, and I was with my wife, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I see this thing take place. And it wasn't because my sugar level was low, and I was fully conscious because it's so vivid that I can tell you in detail what that vision was. That vision will be shared in this concert. And that vision won't just be shared, but people will see what I saw. And that hopefully will make people go, okay, we understand now why it's the last time of this scale. But yeah, that's really, and it's not to sound spiritual or anything, okay? But it happened. Of course, in 2008, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit. What was that all about? But then, recently, I'm getting to see, wait a minute, yung mga nangyayari sa akin ngayon, yun eh. So, even Angeli came to me, she goes, but Gary, you're gonna call it one last time. Ano naman yung role ng vision mo? And now, you're still performing and all. Sabi ko sa kanya, when you're given a vision, it's about something that's going to take place in the future. As to when that's going to happen, siya lang nakakaalam nun. It was given to me in 2008, and now is the future of that time, and it's happening now. So that's why I can smile. It's going to be emotional for me, of course, you know. I mean, I remember when I went to watch Regine Rocks. Pagpasok ko sa BOA, narinig ko yung tao, yung parang feeling na, ano ba, talagang you're gonna give all of this up, di ba mamimiss to? And I really will miss it. But the body is saying, yeah, but there'll be other things that you can do too. And I remember sitting down, tapos habang nagbibihis si Regine, nasa gitna, nasa mga fourth song na siya, umalis siya, tapos tumutugtog yung banda. May dalawang nasa tabi ko, mga nasa mid-30s, you know. And the girl said, sir, can I have a selfie with you? Yeah, sure, why not? And habang nagpipicture kami, sabi niya, sir, sorry, hindi kami nakapanood ng concert mo sa Music Museum kasi wala nang ticket. But we're going to watch you here in your concert. But sir, we found out it's your last concert dito. Why? So I looked at her and I said, well, yeah, I know, medyo hard, no, to say goodbye to all of this. But you know, at the age of 59, it's kind of hard to. Tapos she stopped me. She goes, "Sir, you're 59?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." Then she went like this, literally. Okay, so I understand. So I don't even know this person, but she understands to come out there and be Mr. Pure. Being pure energy, Mr. Pure Energy, is not just all this. It's also this. It's also this. It's also the music that you hear on your own that doesn't have me there. but my music is there present. That's part of the whole pure energy image that I
Sir,
want. It's the end of my 40th. This is the culminating event.
Pero how do you feel na 40 years and yet walang pagkasawa sa'yo ang mga manonood?
I'll put it in one word, and then you guys na lang research as to what that word really, really means. It's called blessed. Blessed.
Yes.
In that, you can put everything. All the feedback that I've gotten online, all the, when people write you on Instagram and say, "Sir, I remember watching you at the Music Museum when my boyfriend was still alive. And when I watched you," and that was in 2009, 2011. He's no longer here. But when I watched you at the Music Museum, you sang the song that he was hoping, that was giving him strength to deal with the cancer. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. That is a bigger reward than getting a physical reward. Best concert artist of the year. That's great. But when you're able to touch a life, that makes it real. That makes it real. And I'm gonna be on this stage in front of thousands who have touched my life. This is just my way of giving it back and saying, look, if you wanna go on the journey, it continues after this. But it's up to you. You can come with me. I'd love to have you with me, but there's more to come. And I will present it in a way where I present the vision, because you'll see how it's all, no? Dapat dun na talaga papunta. So, imagine I have an advocacy called Face to Face, where I meet with young people. When I say young, it's high schoolers and college people, but not sabay. I visited 58 universities and schools since 2018. That in itself is already part of that vision. I didn't know pala was all part of it. But when you're talking to young people, they don't even know you because they know you because narinig nila yung kanta mo with their mom or maybe their lola or whatever, their lolo, and they only listen to part of the song lang. But then you sing to them, when you talk with them, they capture the messages of the song. And these are young people na sinasabi nila napakaiksi daw ng attention span. I agree, it's very short because you're speaking to them. But when you speak with them, that all changes. So that's part of the whole bigger picture. So I went because I had 3 weeks ago I had a stent. So it's a new development. But 1 week after that, I was in Southridge. These are high schoolers. And they're jumping with me. And I'm like, oh, it's blessed. I'm just like, I don't deserve it, but that's what's been happening. And I think that's going to continue for years to come.